videos are not for children. Okay, look, I'm sorry. I know it's been a long time since I gave y'all an upload. Well, real upload at that. But I've been having trouble finding time to record. Plus, I was lacking inspiration because my recent stuff wasn't really getting that much attention as I thought it would. However, while I was on, I was brainstorming ideas. And this was one I wasn't thinking about coming up with because I thought it wouldn't happen until next month. But the Murder Drone comic issue 1 got out. Well, it had a problem where it got leaked, which I already posted on my community tab about that. You can go view that. Where, spoiler alert, I don't think it deserved to be leaked. And this shit raised over $1 million. It had huge hype. But now it's out. People are saying that it's either mid or it's dog shit and that it deserved to be leaked. So that got me wondering, is this really that bad? Or is it a classic case of people being ungrateful? Well, let's find out. So, right into the thing where you see what the first issue is. Well, I'll get to it later, but for now, let's do a plot summary. So, like the original, it starts out with Uzi showing off her dogshit project, her railgun, which is her iconic weapon, which blows the fuck up in class. She gets hurt and is sent to detention, where we get a cameo from my underrated queens, Dawn and Lizzie. Thank God that in this reboot they are back, because I miss these two heavenly, and I can't wait to see their dynamic. I just need these two back. We didn't go home with Uzi, where we get everybody's favorite daddy issues, where it's pretty much the same shit from the series of her and Khan having a yap session. Khan trauma dumps to Uzi, and he is so underrated. Uzi goes outside and, god damn, this is beautiful. Like, apparently this only had one artist, and yeah, that artist needs a raise because this looks gorgeous. However, she gets attacked by the disassembly drones, who, like the original series, were originally a trio of worker drones that got mutated by the sulfur and were experimented on by J.C. Jensen. Their leader Jay worships them as a god, yada yada yada, you know who they are. Uzi gets attacked by Pharaoh N. Though using her skills and watching anime, she smacks him with an arm and he comes back online with his usual goofy self. After scaring her, he, like the original, salutes to her and starts obeying her every command because he's a simp. They go talking the landing pod where N gives her and the audience a refresh on V and J. V is a sexy, manic, crazed femme fatale who is pretty much a rebel, and their leader Jay is a femme fatale like V, but she's more stone cold and serious, and she has some type of beef with N, really telling him that the company allowed her, she would just straight up murk him on sight. Although, despite that, to him, Jay's awesome. Which, side note, I really miss Pilot V and J. I love their sister-like dynamic in the pilot, and for V, I like the funny rage baiter that she is now, but I don't know, something about the manic, one-eye twitching, foaming out the mouth, razor fang V from the pilot is something I dearly miss. At the end of the pilot and the second episode, she really had to get roped and chained down because she is that crazy, and then she spent the whole episode 2 doing nothing but rage baiting. So, seeing Manic Crazy V back here was a nice treat. Anyway, so Uzi eventually has to leave because V, through the power of anime, finds Uzi like in the pilot. N lies his ass off when V and J question why he's doing so trash. And here's where we get to a problem. Okay, so first off, V and J are sharing their dialogue like they're twins. V saying the company's gonna love this when the original was J. When V doesn't really care about her job, she's just doing this so she can get food and for the fun of it. Meanwhile, J is more in it because she's worshipping them as a god versus V who's doing it for the love of the game. Another issue, in the original, M threw Uzi away so they wouldn't get detected by V and J. But here, Uzi's just standing in plain sight. And she's also injured. And Mind you, the disassembly drones need to kill the worker drones so that way they can eat, because they're supposed to be feeding off of the oil. And Jay, even though she's starving, she sees this perfectly open worker drone whose flesh she can eat, and she just acts like Lizzie and goes, "Ew, that didn't kill her? Well, that sticky weirdo probably tastes like rotten flesh anyways." And then her and V just fuck off. This makes no goddamn sense. First off, him N says that he was the owner of a worker drone earlier, referring to Uzi. Why is he saying earlier when it's right there in plain spot? And second, the disassembly drones are supposed to be this hungry and this feral, and Jay is literally worshipping J.C. Jensen as a god. She wants to appeal to her gods. So, would it make more sense for her to, one, kill Uzi so that way she can appeal to her gods, and two, not only would Jay appeal to her gods, but she will also be able to satisfy her hunger because they're supposed to be starving and they need to eat. So, why is Jay and V prolonging their ability to eat? I don't fucking know. So, Jay shows off her JC pens that she makes out with, and then she tells N to finish off Uzi, but N's a simp, so like the original, Jay infects him with a virus, and Uzi fixes him up. Although she says she's not bonding with him because he helped kill worker drones. Yeah, I call bullshit on that because at the end of the series they hop in bed together. And like the original, V and J opened up their iconic attack on Kappa 9 because, once again, these two just now realized that they need to eat, because I guess they weren't hungry earlier when they had a perfectly fine worker drone here ready to eat, but hey, do you want to wait now to eat? Sure, fuck it. And, okay, this fight seems very weak compared to the original. First off, while you do have N summon for V because him and V used to date before he left her for Uzi, he doesn't do the little dance where he shoots the horse at her and he goes, "Ah, my mind's in a weird place," and then V just bitch slaps him. And not to mention, we still have this atrocious scene. Let me tell you how much I come to hate you since existence. This fucking scene nerfs J so much it put her on goddamn fraud watch. This is why she is seen as a fraud, and it caused her from this point on to get bullied by the narrative. My girl is the leader of the fucking disassembly drones. She cannot win a single goddamn fight. And every time she appears, she always gets little screen time and mistreatment. Fuck this scene, fuck who made it, and fuck it for existing. So afterwards, everyone celebrates, but Uzi yells at her dad because he left her to die because he was too scared to fight the disassembly drones. And there's supposed to be a cute little scene here where Uzi banishes herself and she winds on N's back. Meanwhile, N is just so oblivious to what's going on in front of him. Here, she just kind of tells him piss off, throws up a peace sign, and then N's like, "Hey!" Hey, so N goes with Uzi, where I don't know what this is, and she pauses with N to go down to Earth and take over the world and kill the humans. They never kill the humans or take over the world like in the original. I don't know what the fuck happened to that plot line. Okay, let's get to the first problem. What the fuck was the point of this? Because don't get me wrong, I actually like remakes and fan interpretations, hence the whole point of this channel being me sponsoring fan remakes, fan interpretations, and remakes in general. But what's the point of a shot-for-shot, ball-for-ball remake? Like, I don't get it. And then you still got the atrocious scene of Jay's god-awful death. It's pretty much a shot-for-shot, ball-for-ball remake of the pilot with some mischaracterization and some grammar errors, like the giant plot hole of them not killing Uzi even though they need to so they can eat, making no goddamn sense. So does this deserve to be leaked? No, because even though it's not really the best, it's still a passion project that he put time and effort into. So saying, oh, Glitch is mistreating their fans, or this ruined the series, when first off, this thing is only one chapter in. So we're only one chapter in. It has a chance to get better as time goes on, and I still have faith in it because Glitch can listen to criticism. So in the end, I do think that the pilot is better. I still don't think this shit was worth $1 million. I wouldn't pay $1 million for any piece of media, no matter how much I like it. But hey, you like it? Good for you. And I still can't wait to see more of this, since I am wanting to see what else I can do with this.